Yo, what is going on, guys? We are live. We are live. Guys, last night happened. It was crazy. And in today's live stream, we're going to dive right into what happened. Guys, I was supposed to go live last night, worked a long day, wasn't able to, but we are here. We're about to have a little bit of fun. We're going to discuss everything that kind of went on in that press conference last night and kind of dive into it a little bit, talk about what exactly happened. If you guys do not know, if you live under a rock right now, WWE probably put on one of the best events I have actually ever seen out of them. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it was the greatest thing of all time, but it was definitely, it was up there, right? It was up there. They definitely produced something amazing. My man said, I see you in the chat, my boy. Also, Solak, I see you in the chat as well. Guys, last night was insane. It was a lot of fun. It was exciting. And it left me hanging with like a lot of questions, I should say. It felt like there were a lot of questions. Perhaps Rock versus Seth night one. All right, said we could talk about it. There's a chance, right? There's a lot of questions that I have coming out of last night. And a lot of those questions are like, okay, we got a graphic, right, for Cody versus Roman. Triple H actually posted it. But is it something that like is actually going to happen? And now there's a lot of counter arguments with that being like along the lines of like, oh, well, you know, do they want to keep tampering with the fans and what is too much for the fans? Like there's a lot of low-hanging questions when it comes to that, right? There's so many different things and so many different variables. My apologies. Got my cat up here. But there's so many questions, right? There's so many questions. Now, obviously, if you guys don't know, again, The Rock and Roman looked like they were set to go up one-on-one. That's what the thought was. After coming out of SmackDown last week, the question was, oh, well, Cody just gave up his spot. How in what way could he possibly, or could they make sense of what happened? Well, truth be told, it looks like they kind of backtracked their statement and they kind of went back on everything that they said, because what they ended up doing was they actually chose to make it look like Cody had never pretty much said any, or I take that back, because Rock and Roman did mention that he did say those things, but also in the same time, Cody's argument is, well, I never said 100%. That's what I said. It's this whole weird dynamic. Now, the crazy thing was the version of Rock that we got, right? We were getting heel Rock in this scenario. Heel Rock just feels good, right? He feels up to par. It feels like everything that I want out of The Rock, if I'm being 100% honest. That is exactly what I want. If I'm going to get The Rock in some kind of main event in WrestleMania or whatever the case may be, I want it in this scenario. I want this version of The Rock because this version of The Rock will be the best version of Rock that I'm going to get. Almost more of a corporate style, right? So I see this version of Rock and instantly I think, oh man, is he going to align himself with Roman? Which, from my point of view, that's 100% what happened. In fact, they chose to align themselves together, make themselves very, very known. And man, oh man, oh man, did those guys do a phenomenal job at selling what is to be WrestleMania. They did an outstanding job. I wondered, what can they do? How are they going to play it? Because yes, we got that graphic of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, but I still just feel like there's so many unanswered questions, because The Rock also had like this picture of a tree, and it was the bloodline tree, and it talked about them and how Roman's grandfather and The Rock's grandfather, they took a blood oath. And it was so very interesting listening to that. And the more you look at that, you're like, okay, I do see that as a main event, because that's such a good story that eventually they could tell, right? Jojo, I'm really glad Cody is finishing the story. I still feel he should have won last year. Jojo, I agree. I am one of the believers that after what we got this year from Cody, that he 100% should have won last year, just off the mere reason that we could have been completely through with all of this. The Brock Lesnar thing doesn't need to happen. The Judgment Day thing doesn't need to happen. The Shinsuke thing, I mean, you could have had that happen, but that was like the only thing that I was like, okay, this makes sense, kind of. But looking back a year later, I am a firm believer in right now we did not like we could have had Rock and Roman this year and been fine, right? We could have been completely okay with it. Nothing would have mattered. You wouldn't have took a spot from anybody. Like it would have been what it was. Possibly could have got Randy and Cody this year. Like looking back at it now, I am a firm believer in that we should have moved that championship off of Roman Reigns last year. But that didn't happen, and we're here now. I do believe that Cody will be fighting in the main event of WrestleMania, but there's still, again, so many questions, right? Because if you look at it, that kind of ending shot, it was The Rock and Roman on one side, and it was Cody and Seth on the other. Number one thing that really pissed me off about last night was how shitty they made Seth Rollins look. Seth Rollins looked like a complete dumbass last night, if I'm being honest with you. Jojo says, I also feel WWE made Seth look like a bitch. He felt like he shouldn't have been there. Most of us knew Cody was picking Reigns. Yes, and I will continue on with that statement here shortly. Juan says, what's up, Billy? How you doing today? Juan, I'm good, man. I'm just happy to be here, man. Last night was awesome. So they really did too. They made Seth feel like he belonged on the back burner. He was the B guy. That's really what happened. Now, do we think Seth is that? No, but if WWE is telling me that, especially after all the work that Seth put in for that belt, that shit just that's one thing that pissed me off. But there were just so many lingering things going on throughout the night. Obviously, we had The Rock interrupt Triple H talking about if you don't fix it, we'll fix it. And one thing that I noticed that I really wanted to talk about was how Roman really felt like a sidekick. I've never seen Roman walk behind anybody. Jojo said his face said it all. He looked like he didn't even want to be there. No, he didn't. He really didn't. But Roman and Rock, seeing Roman Reigns walk behind somebody, he was walking behind his elder. Now, are they going to tell me the story that Roman has all the utmost respect for his elders, and is Rock one of his real elders? Right? Because if that's the case, sure, I understand it. But if you're not going to tell me the story of him not respecting his elders, then yeah, I think there's going to be some collision coming up here soon in the bloodline. Because last night they made it look like, oh, well, regardless, we're together. We're together. And we're going to go into from what Jey Uso called it, tribal combat, right? That's what it was called. It was tribal combat. They were gonna go into, it looks like, to be tribal combat and without Cody Rhodes. And then obviously Cody would eventually walk out and tell them pretty much this is bullshit, which is everything that we were thinking. You know what I mean? And I was on the phone with a buddy of mine yesterday. Solak, he's actually in the chat. I was on the phone with him. And I told him there's something about The Rock that we were getting on that Pat McAfee show that I was like, okay, this is going to be the heel Rock, right? Now, if we're getting heel Rock, this makes for a much better time. This man talking about Cody crybabies and Cody fans and then Cody himself and the distinction between the three. Truth be told, what I said before is that no matter how or what way you put it, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, those are all Cody fans. And Cody is a firm believer in all of his fans. Cedric said, that's why I think Rock should face Seth, have Rock win. Roman loses, and he must acknowledge Rock on the tribal as the tribal chief. Tell a story between that. Cedric, I do like that idea. I just don't know where Seth, because again, you had him there, but it still didn't make sense for him to be there, because he was just the other option for Cody. That was it. Other than that, there was no distinction on why he was there. Honestly, 100%. There was no distinction behind it. He was just kind of there. Now, him getting into the mix with Cody and Roman and Rock, there's so many questions that I had coming out of this that I was like, oh shit, like what are they going to do? How are they going to do it? like looking at the Elimination Chamber, there's still no main event set there, right? Jojo says, I just feel bad for Seth because like us fans say it all the time, that world title is basically second place. But Roman actually said it. I feel like it made the title look even worse. Jojo, yeah, absolutely. I think that's the problem with that, right? Is that us fans believe so highly that that was the second title that it forced WWE to be like, yeah, like this is the second title. You guys know it. So here you go. That's what it feels like. Rich Maybe, Corporate Rock is back. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, guys. I do love now looking at where we got The Rock, now looking at him and like where we're at, I'm completely okay with this. I want to make that very clear because Carlos in the chat is actually a big Rock fan. That's why up here he said not everyone thinks it's bullshit, Billy. That's fair, Carlos. WWE now made it bearable for Rock to be a part of this. For me personally. Carlos also said it only makes sense if they at some point do a tag match with Roman, Rock versus Rollins, Cody. Now, see, Carlos, this is where I disagree with you because in what sense would it make right now for Rollins and Cody? Rollins was begging Cody for a match. And now they're going to tag team together for what? To eventually turn on Cody, or it doesn't. Do you see how it doesn't make sense? Like there's too many lingering questions. I sometimes just wish we could have got what we got. Maybe had last year, give the belt to Cody. That way this year we have Rock and Roman. That's my honest truth. That is my honest truth. Now looking at the scenario from last year, it looks like now this should have been it. Rich Maybe says The Rock as a heel is going to be fire. Yeah. Watching that Pat McAfee show yesterday before the press conference is when I knew. I said, uh-oh. Here we go. Now it's time. Now we're going to get on the roll. Now we're going to see what we can do. Now we're going to start pushing the boundaries on what we can do and what we can't do with WrestleMania. Solak, he says this whole storyline is so unpredictable. They could do anything and most of it would make sense. That's the thing, is that they can make it all make sense. It all depends how they work it. Right? Like that, it really comes down to how are we going to work it? What are we going to do? We can make this make sense, so let's get there. Now, obviously, Brian Gewirtz actually went out and tweeted. He said, this is, I think he said something along the lines of like, this is the first inning or something like that. Just very short stuff. And it was the Rock and Cody. It was the Rock smacking Cody. I don't know, man. It seems like they have a lot going on. JoJo said, when Rock called us fans crybaby Cody fans, I laughed. I'm a huge Rock fan, but it's Cody's time. Absolutely, JoJo. In my personal opinion, it is Cody's time. It's been Cody's time. And like I said last year, now looking back at it, it should have been his time then, but it is what it is. And we're here now. And we're just happy that hopefully we're moving in that trajectory. There's still a lot of uncertainty. And I really want to make that clear. Still so much uncertainty going into WrestleMania. They gave us a Rock and Roman graphic just the same way they gave us a Cody and Roman graphic. Understand that, right? There's been two. Carlos says, at the end of that conference, Rollins went all out defending Cody. Okay, here we go. Defending Cody and lashing out at Rock, plus Roman continuing disrespecting Rollins. I do feel that tag match makes sense. Okay, so if you put it in that scenario, right? Where if you're just telling it strictly from the press conference, yes, you can make it make sense. But on TV, it has not made sense at all. On TV, on TV, they have not told you that Cody and Rollins were friends. They besides the War Games where they had to team up that one time, that was it. Just in the universe, I remember seeing a report that said Seth will be ready to go in ring within a few weeks. So if that's the case, I could definitely see the tag match at Chamber. Just in the universe, I actually did see that report as well. It does look like he will be good to go here, probably by Elimination Chamber, I can imagine. Which, if that's the case, good. They need a main event for that. Now, there's so many lingering questions because then what happens to WrestleMania? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Seth needs to defend that title, and that title. If you guys think about this for one moment. The original plan was for Punk and Rollins in main event of night one. I really want you to think about that. Take that into consideration. That title was not a B title a couple weeks ago. This title just became the B title because there's no CM Punk revolved around it. Really think about that for a moment. Really let that sink in. So as much as we're sitting here and say, oh, well, Rollins can do this. No, because Rollins needs to get that title back to where it needs to go. That is my honest thought. That title needs to get back to that. He brought up a whole brand with it. That title was so important on Raw. So he needs to go out and defend that thing, whether it be in Perth. He needs to put the work back in. JoJo, does The Rock get booed tonight or do they cheer? I honestly feel like they are going to boo him. I think when you bring in the Cody factor, because it's true, right? We all love heel Rock, but I think we all know that regardless of the fact, we all want Cody. Not all of us. I'm just sitting here saying most of us, want Cody to win this match. There are the Rock fans out there that want The Rock. That's okay. But I feel like a high trajectory of people want Cody to win this. If that's the case, good guy, bad guy, doesn't matter. The Rock is getting booed. Carlos said, after the conference, I could easily see Rollins and Cody calling out Roman and Rock on Raw. Think about this. I don't really want to see Rollins teaming up with Cody, but just see it happening. Absolutely. I agree. Solak says, what's the possibility of Rock versus Cody night one? Instead, winner versus Roman at night 2. Make Cody go through more hell to get there. Hell, you could even put Cody in there with Drew at Elimination Chamber. So, that's actually not a bad idea. It's not. So, guys, offers some pretty good ideas every so often, and this guy will show it on the screen. What's the possibility of Rock versus Cody night 1 instead? I mean, there's always that possibility, there's always that possibility, but I don't want to see it. I do not. I'm going to be honest. My man Robin, I see you in the chat, boy. Robin, my good man. JoJo says, I'm all for the past. I totally respect them for everything. I just feel like the future should be going over. Love and respect The Rock, though. That's the thing, is we all respect The Rock and we all love The Rock and we all know what The Rock has done for WWE and how he is he's half the reason this thing is as global as it is. Let's be real here. This man plays a very, very important part. Robin says, yo, hello. How is everybody doing? Robin, we are in here and we are just chilling, man. We're just chilling. We're all just talking, having a good time. Carlos says, I just hope people can believe there's no way a straight up Roman versus Cody at WrestleMania after the Rock slap. So, Carlos, that is, I'm going to be honest. That's the breaker right there. That is the breaker to finally get this match to make sense with The Rock in it. That was the breaker in my eyes. Okay, now we can see this match actually happen. Now it makes sense with The Rock. Robin, good morning, afternoon. Yeah, it's the afternoon here. The Rock turning heel like that man still gives me a goosebumps. Yes, it gives me goosebumps too, Robin. Seeing The Rock as a heel is the greatest thing that could have happened in this triumphant whole situation going on. It really is. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I want to get your guys' thoughts. Tell me what you guys thought exactly really of this press conference. I really want to talk to you guys, dive into your guys' perspectives on this. Is it dropping frames? It probably is. Truth be told, the light over here, I'm working on fixing this Wi-Fi problem too, guys. We're going to get it there. Carlos says, I agree that now they made it make sense and loved Rock going heel with the slap and Cody Crybabies promo. Yeah. No, Carlos, that was the greatest thing, right? Was seeing the Crybaby promo. Being told that we were all crybabies because we all wanted to see Cody win is amazing. Because, yeah, I stand on it. I was for sure one of the Cody crybabies. I was a grown man sitting here waving the Cody flag. Still waving it, too. I don't care. I don't. I'll wave that flag until he wins that championship. That moment when Cody wins that championship will be the biggest moment in WWE history. Adam says, hey, Billy, with all that is going on, with all with all of this going, compare this one. What would have been in Vince McMahon's WWE in 2004 to the TKO Rock Triple H WWE right now? I looking at WWE versus in like 2004 versus now. I mean, obviously they're two different total global, big things. WWE in 2004 was, I believe they hadn't gone on to the market yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know Vince was still like the full owner and stuff like that. So Vince had all the power, and Vince just would do what Vince wanted to do, which, whatever. That if, that's the case, that's what it's going to be. But looking at wrestling and where we're at now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. This is the greatest I have ever seen it. This is 100% the greatest I've ever seen it. And that's tough to say because this is some good stuff. This is good stuff. Robin says, I'm a Cody crybaby for life. Yeah, me too. Robin, me too. Carlos says, now imagine getting that Hollywood entrance he used to have, or even corporation theme song he had. That's what I was thinking. Are they going to give him back his corporation theme song? That would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Robin says, until Cody turns heel, maybe. Cody can't turn heel. He can't. Not right now. Maybe, a couple years. Sure, maybe. But right now, nope, doesn't make sense. I think you know that. You know that, Robin. But I don't see him turning heel anytime soon. JoJo says, where was Bailey and Io at last night? We got a random appearance from Bianca and Mommy, but no Bailey or Io. Very strange. So yeah, CM Punk actually said something about that. And honestly, my true thought behind that is like, absolutely, right? There was no Io, there was no Bailey. Those women should not be diminished in this sense. They should not. Those women have put on one of the best stories besides Punk and Rollins, Cody and Roman, and The Rock. Besides those two stories, Io and Bailey, in my eyes, next best story. JoJo says, oh, no, excuse me. Adam says, Billy, it's 2004, man. We love 2004. That was a great time in wrestling. Don't ever let it be like, I know that was the year Randy Orton won his first world championship. Eddie Guerrero became the WWE champion. That was a great year. Great year. So like I said, I agree it will be the biggest moment in WWE history. He'll probably cry just because of the story and how he got to do what his pops couldn't. The moment is going to be special, and it's why we love this. So like, absolutely. And that's what I want people to think about with this, is that Cody winning this title means a little bit more than just the title itself. It really is. It's insane. It really is insane. Like, it's wild to think about, man. Just in the universe, I know we've been taken on this windling, exciting slap heading into WrestleMania, but I still do believe the match that Triple H said decision made on is still going to be the main event. Maybe. Robin says, LOL. Oh, I talked about 2004. Oh, excuse me, guys. Can't see, apparently. So, like I said, he said 2024. I'm a dumbass. I'm a dumbass. I totally thought that said 2004 up here. This is the comment that I feel like a dumbass. Excuse me, guys. Cedric, how do I become a member? Robin answered the question. It's in the super chat. Feel free, man. Would love to have you as a member, brother. You're awesome. My man said. That's my dog. JoJo, Io versus Bailey could be the main event of night one. Has the story, and the match itself will deliver. That's the thing, right? That's my whole thing about those two, is that it has the story and the match will 100% deliver. Those women will put on a banger. So I don't want people to get lost in the idea of Rock and Roman, and Cody and Rock doing main eventing both of those nights. I don't want people to get lost in that. I don't. Because if you get lost in that, then you kind of diminish all those other stories. You diminish Seth Rollins. You diminish these women. Don't get lost in the idea. I don't think that WWE is going to want to make Rock and Roman or Roman and Cody or Roman and Rock. They're not going to want to do that double night main event. I don't. Carlos says, and just remembering how dejected I felt with the Rumble ending and even more the night after with Punk being out for WrestleMania and not getting the match I was most looking forward to. Yeah, Carlos, that was actually that was actually the match that I was looking forward to. I was looking forward to Rollins and Punk myself. Robin says, join the Billy Gang, Cedric, excuse me. God, guys, I am having troubles this morning. This is horrible. Carlos says, it now left with so much intrigue, so I appreciate so much Rock coming back because he didn't have to. Yeah, no, he definitely didn't. Jojo said, I seen fans saying they are mid. I'm like, what? What? Yeah, mid's crazy. All right. Adam says, let's try again, Billy, and let's get this right. Yes, Adam, send me the comment one more time. I'll answer it correctly and not like a dumbass. Sorry, guys. Robin says, wish we could give memberships to specific people too. I was trying to do that earlier, but it only does it for random. Really? You can't. Guys, remember, I'm very, very new to this. Very, very new to this. You can't. It gives it randomly? Okay. All right. Well, Robin gifted a membership. We appreciate you, Robin. You my dog, man. You my dog. And then, on top of that, right after the fact, look at this man. Cedric said, look at this guy. A dog. Guys, absolutely outstanding. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for becoming members of my channel, man. Robin said, welcome to the Billy Gang. Said, say yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guys, thank you so much, man. You guys know how much this means to me. You guys just tangle my little heartstrings. Carlos says, match I most want to see now is a triple threat match, which was not the case a week ago. Roman versus Rock versus Cody would be electric in Philly. They'd hype it up. Biggest triple threat main event ever in history. Yeah. I mean, it would go down as the biggest triple threat match in history. Absolutely. But I do believe that some people are against that. While I don't think it's a bad idea, there was also like, because my thing about it, right? Hold on. My thing about it was always like, okay, hear me, right? If you want to protect Roman going into next year's WrestleMania and still making him look big, you have him take the pin in a triple threat match. Do I like that? No, I do not. I am not a fan of that whatsoever. Do I think that makes sense to protect Roman next year going into a main event with The Rock one-on-one? I do. I think that protects it. WWE, we are going to fully have to wait and see what they are going to do or what they have planned, because honestly, whatever it is, it's going to be outstanding, because after last night, I'm done doubting them. I'm going to be honest. I'm done doubting whatever we think is going on. Again, guys, we're seeing a lot of reports come out here and there, and, Triple H, this and that. There's so many different things coming out about what transpired or what will transpire in the future. Remember, do not listen to everything that you read online, because not all of it is true. I really want to make that clear. Carlos says, Jojo says, excuse me, I'm also doing stuff on YouTube. Me and my buddy discuss all wrestling. You are killing it, brother. Keep it up. Jojo, my man. Thank you so much, man. This is all very new to me. Like I told you guys before, I was doing music before this, and then, obviously Ango, a friend of mine, had given me this bright idea to come on here and talk about pro wrestling, because it was something that he believed apparently I had a good mind for. And then obviously it's transpired over to you guys, and you guys, for some weird reason, think I have some kind of good mind with this wrestling stuff too. So honestly, I'm beyond appreciative. Every single one of you, I'm beyond appreciative. Thank you. Robin says, night one main event belongs to Rollins. They should do a triple threat match. Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. In my opinion, I would have Sami win. I actually like the idea of Sammy winning in this triple threat match. Sammy winning, it all depends, right? Do you want to have the most feel-good WrestleMania possible? Because if that's the case, sure, go ahead. I like that. I like that, Robin. I actually like that a lot. Robin says with the right build, of course. And it already looks like that promo, right? That sit down that Sammy did on Monday, that thing felt very, very important. So I do feel like Sammy is going to get himself put into this title picture here very shortly. Just in the universe says always great stuff, Billy. Appreciate you guys. I'll forever be thankful. Juan says, sorry, I'm just getting in late. Phone was acting up. Juan, we don't like hearing that. We don't like hearing that. Join the chat, man. Join the chat. Come talk with us. Robin Plays Games says the ultimate underdog. Yes, sir. Just in the universe. Thank you, Robin. You're the GOAT. He said, welcome, just in the universe. Welcome to the Billy Gang. You know, the cool thing is I think that now puts me at like 12 members. So now I can actually put you guys on my channel so everybody can see, all you guys, who the first 12 members of my channel were. That shit's awesome. So I'm very excited. After this live stream, I'll go do that. Also, guys, I will try to figure out some like cool perks as time goes on. And maybe if you guys want, join the Discord, we could talk about it. And you guys can help me think of like some cool perks and stuff for the members. Carlos says, I will admit they made me intrigued to see Rock versus Cody, but not at night 1 and night 2 situation where Cody faces Roman. My amount of dislike for Cody, if he beats both Rock and Roman on both nights, it would just skyrocket for me. Yes, guys, if you cannot tell, Carlos is not a Cody fan, which is okay. I do want to make that clear, as we are all allowed to disagree, and we are all allowed to, what's the word that I'm looking for? Agree to disagree. It's okay. It's okay. Not all of us have to be the biggest fans of somebody just because, or whatever the case is. But my personal thought is that we will see Cody walk out with that title at the end of the night. No matter what way you look at it, that's the plan. I think that's what's happening. All right, Adam, here we go. Billy, compare the two. What would have happened to WWE in 2004 or 2024 if Vince McMahon was still running it to what we got right now with The Rock, TKO, Triple H, and a regime who right now is killing it now rather than Vince? So here we go, Adam. If number one, if Vince is still here, I'm going to be upfront and honest. You want me to answer this question? I'll answer it upfront and honest. We're not having this discussion about WWE. We're not. CM Punk doesn't happen. Doesn't return. We don't get that major Survivor Series moment that shocks the world. It does not happen. We don't get that. This storyline right now, it's not as intriguing as it is. The Bloodline story would have been a failure moving forward under Vince. That's just my personal thought. Because I understand that Vince at the time is the one who did come up or help come up with the idea for the Bloodline story. But I believe that he would not have been able to push it as long as it is gone. Triple H, we have to thank for these last 2 years for how well, this story has been told. So no, I believe looking at a WWE in 2024 with Vince McMahon, we don't have half the things, and we're not having this conversation. I'm being honest. WWE probably, they'll always be like the global phenomenon that they are because kids and family and everybody who talks about wrestling talks about WWE. And but I think us IWC wrestling fans, whatever the case may be, I think all of us stick to the guns that we did not like WWE when Vince was running the show. It's just honest. Robin says, yeah, boy. Sorry, I'm chilling. Juan says, what do you think will happen on SmackDown tonight? And will Rock and Roman be on there tonight? If you want to continue pushing this story in the correct manner, absolutely have Rock and Roman on that show tonight. You 100% do. We need answers. in some capacity. I don't care if it's a video that you phone them in. I don't care. They need to be there in some capacity. Carlos, beating Roman is one thing. Beating both is just too much at one WrestleMania. At least back me up here, Billy. No, Carlos, I can't back you up. I think that's how you make this guy the ultimate babyface, especially having a heel Rock. Carlos, I'm going to be honest here. That's just the truth. Robin says, Triple H was and always has been my guy for running creative in WWE ever since he started NXT. Guys, if you missed out on Black and Gold NXT, you missed out on something very, very special. That was one of the greatest things ever, honestly. Black and Gold NXT was my favorite WWE era. Truth be told, my personal, because of the good pro wrestling that I got behind it and the good stories. Yeah, I've been waving the Triple H flag for a very long time now. Adam says, Billy, the Cody story reminds me of a Rocky story. Rocky didn't win in the next movie, Rocky 2. Rocky finally wins the big one. Same thing under the Cody story. Cody is Rocky Balboa and Roman is Creed. Adam, I actually mentioned that in my last stream. I talked about how, yes, 100% Cody is Rocky Balboa in this situation. And now he's going to go on and beat two guys. In my personal opinion, I do believe that he is going to go on in some capacity beat both of those guys. And he is 100% Rocky Balboa. 100%. I love that. I love that scenario, and I love the idea and the comparisons. I think that they just make so much sense with Cody right now. It's such a simple story to tell, too. It really is. Make him go through hard times. I mean, his dad went through hard times. There's so many. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things. Just in the universe, do you think this will continue once we get on Netflix Attitude Era-esque? So, yeah, I do want to make that very clear. Is I do think that once, after watching last night and seeing them on like a different respected network that's not theirs, you see how they kind of push the boundaries a little bit. You know, with having The Rock walk past Triple H and tell him he's going to punch him in his fucking mouth and all this and that. Like, you see where the lines are drawn and what they do. I love it. Carlos says beating Roman should be enough to get him to be the face of the company. Beating both Rock and Reigns on both nights is such an overpush. Let Cody beat Rock and Roman in a triple threat. So, yeah, Carlos, I think that's the thing is if you... It just depends, right? Because we had the slap, and that slap now sets up something with The Rock. I don't know what it is, but it sets something up with The Rock, or whether it be Rock and Roman taking on Cody and Seth. I don't know, but that slap sets something up. It really does. I'm just very intrigued to see what it is. John says, what's up, Billy? I'm here. I was having connection problems. John, is it my connection problems? It probably is. And if that's the case, guys, I'm so sorry. We're gonna fix these problems. I'm here to tell you that. We're gonna fix these problems. Little do you guys know, everybody who like live streams and shit, they got like these crazy nice PCs. I'm running off my little baby Mac Mini, and we're just pushing through, you know? For all my computer nerds out there who, you know, want to know what's running over here. I got this M2 Mac Mini out here doing its thing. And this Liquid Death. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Not sponsored by them at all. But this is some of the best water I've ever drank. Carlos says just not having it be the two matches to be two matches. Yeah, Carlos. I mean, if you want to do it in the triple threat, sure. I'm happy with the triple threat. I will say that. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, no, I'm not getting a triple threat. I'm not. I'll be all right regardless. Adam says, I'm so ready for a WrestleMania weekend. GCW, The Collective, AEW, NXT Stand and Deliver in 2 nights of WrestleMania. You hyped for WrestleMania, Billy, a.k.a. WrestleMania weekend, starting April 4th. Hell yeah, I'm ready. And I'm going to be hanging out with you guys all through that week. Probably going to be doing some stuff. I can imagine me and Ego will be doing some stuff together as well. Going to be a very, very, very big week. A lot of stuff. We're going to be covering a lot of things. We'll be covering Stand and Deliver. We'll be covering WrestleMania. We'll be covering AEW. We'll be covering NXT, Monday Night Raw, all those things. WrestleMania is going to be fun. I love WrestleMania season. For me, it's the Super Bowl because I'm not watching the Super Bowl this year. John says Cody versus Rocket Elimination Chamber. That would make sense to me. Yes, it does. But after putting Seth and Roman next to both of them, there's a lot of lingering questions with that. Adam says, plus WrestleCon on Wrestle Weekend 5 in Philadelphia. I forgot to mention that. Yes. Yep. WrestleCon will go on in Philly. To anybody who's going to Philly, let me know. Send me pictures. If any of my people are going to be in Philly, that shit would be awesome. Robin says, I'm about to order me some McDonald's. I need a mocha frappe right now. Oh, shit, Robin. Everybody loves himself a good mocha frappe. Everybody. Carlos says, with John's idea, I'd be down for Cody versus Rocket Elimination Chamber in Australia. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you need to do Rock and Cody at WrestleMania. I don't think you need to do that. You can have it take place somewhere else. Robin says, I am 10 times more excited after the Rumble. I was even excited then SmackDown happened, which made me less excited. But then that press conference boosted my excitement even more. Listen, Robin, we talked yesterday in Discord. Dude, I was pumped. After watching that, just ecstatic. Ready to go. 100% ready to go. That shit was amazing. And yes, I am all the way excited for all things wrestling going on. Obviously, we're going to have a big build. I also want to ask you guys a serious question. Elimination Chamber is going on in Perth, Australia. What time should we do the live stream? Because obviously I do believe that we're going to do the live stream. What time do you guys think we should do it? Because I think it comes on at like 4:30 a.m. my time. Don't know how that's going to work, but it'll be like 6 in the morning. Am I pulling an all-nighter? I need to know. Okay, Adam. He says, right here, boom. I meant Wrestle Weekend 5, a.k.a. WrestleMania Weekend, Billy. Yes, sir. Is it 5 a.m., Adam? I believe you might be right. It might be at 5 a.m. Regardless, that shit, I mean, I'm so happy for Australia and that they get this. They deserve it. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. They deserve it every step of the way. But man, oh man, I'm going to be fucking tired. No matter how I do this. And I just feel like not everybody's staying up to watch that. Maybe we'll go live. We'll get up. We'll watch it in the morning. We'll put a post out, see where everybody stands. So, by the way, if you guys would like, I'm going to drop it in the chat. Hold on one second. We're going to go here. Because what we're going to do is we're going to drop it the day of Elimination Chamber. We're going to put it here. Adam says, this is great. Grab your coffee, bro. It's going to be a late one, folks. Adam, hell yeah. It's going to be a late one for sure. For sure. But here is the Twitter. If you guys would like, go follow me on Twitter. We're going to be there. And we're going to put a post out. And we're going to talk about what we should do that morning, or if we should just wait till later to go live for that post show. Juan says, Bianca was looking really good last night. What you mean, Juan? What you mean? John says, Billy, I think Jacob Fatu could be a wild card in whatever happens. Yes, Jacob Fatu. If you guys really want to get technical with everything going on here, Jacob Fatu, if you ask me, could play a part with Solo. It all depends how deep you want this story to really run, because if you want, they can make this thing go on for a really, really long time. It just all depends on what we want at the end of the day. There is so much, and I mean so much, behind this. Hold on one second, guys. Boom. But yeah, no, there is so much that they could tell with the Bloodline story. Now, whether or not they do, that's obviously to be seen. But Jacob Fatu could easily 100% be a wild card throughout everything that's going on. And everybody who decided to come join me at 1:45 p.m. and come hang out, I know it's like it's a random Friday, SmackDown's on tonight and we're just sitting here chilling. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Like I said, I'm going to do my best to live stream and make this more a part of the channel. That way we can all kick it and have fun and hang out and do all those things. I appreciate you guys so much. All of you. You guys are outstanding. Juan says just from the outfit she was wearing. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, fuck. Robin, you said 10 a.m. for me, man. Yeah, that's fucking insane. And just choosing to hop on your phone and watch me, dude. Absolutely insane, brother. Absolutely insane. RPG. Is it wild, Robin, that I put that name together in my head yesterday? I was like, oh, RPG. I got it. It made sense to me. I was like, oh, shit. I looked at your profile picture here and I was like, oh, okay. I got it. But yeah, no, I'm very excited to see what WWE really is going to be doing moving forward. I really am. Hold on one more second. All right. There we go. Now, guys, I'll probably stay on another 14 minutes. Yeah, we'll cut out about an hour. Just if you guys want, feel free to light up the chat. Let's talk a little bit. Let's talk about what happened last night. Again, I want to get your guys' initial thoughts. Where are we going from here? Where are we going? What is going to happen next? Obviously, we got the graphic for Cody and Roman, but that's all to be seen. Oh, Robin. Why? Why are you thinking of a different name? What are you thinking about? I'm interested, huh? Robin said he's thinking of a different name. I like it, though. It's fire. I like the play on the plays and adding the Z. Fan of that. On both plays and games. That's hard. That's dope to me. But yeah, guys, I would love to get everybody's thoughts. Again, guys, if you would like, feel free to follow me on Twitter. The link's right here. It's in the chat. So you guys definitely can go over there and follow me on Twitter. Also, if you guys would like, feel free to leave a super chat. Just help donate the channel. That's it. You guys just donate to it. Everything that I get from you guys will go directly back into the channel. I do want to make that very clear. Everything that you guys donate will go right back. That way you guys, I just don't want you guys to think that your hard-earned money is going anywhere besides to what is going on here. But yeah, no, very cool stuff. Very, very, very cool stuff last night. I had a great time. I was at work watching it and I had it in my headphones and I'm hearing everything and I'm like, oh shit, this felt very, very important. But right now, it looks like the chat's kind of dying down. So, under that circumstance, we'll probably go another minute or so, minute 30. Just see if anything else pops back up. And if not, we're going to call this the day. We're going to get out of here. Robin says, oh, thanks, man. I thought feel like sometimes it's a dumb name and sometimes think about changing it. But at the same time, I don't know what I would change my name to. Robin, I think I like the name, bro. I think the name's sweet. I don't think you need to change it. But since you said it, I'll keep it for a couple years. LOL. Robin, yeah, man, I'm telling you. I think it's a sweet-ass name, dude. I think it's dope. That shit is dope. But yeah, we'll probably call it here, guys. I just want to say, again, appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for your love, your support, all of those things. Oh, we got one more. When The Rock displayed his wrestling family tree, that was so cool. I wish other wrestling families were around to challenge that. Yeah, sadly, John, nobody's going to be able to. That is obviously the biggest family in pro wrestling history, but it is such a beautiful, beautiful thing to see, and I love it. I love it. Love it a lot, man. But guys, thank you so much for tuning into the live stream today. Chances are, hopefully should be live after SmackDown. We'll see. Not going to guarantee it. Robin says, I can't wait to boo The Rock now. Yeah, hell yeah, Robin, me either. Can't wait to boo him either, man. I'll be talking to you guys later, and thank you so much. I love you guys, and I'll be talking to you later. Peace.